Hey guys, it's Erin, and thank you so much for wanting to be a part of my Stars to Be group. I'm really excited to have you a part of it. I hand selected all of you because I really believe in you and your abilities, and I truly think that you have what it takes to become a star by the New Year's Eve. So, this group isn't just kind of your normal group. It's not the cheerleading, rah, rah, rah type of group. We are going to cheer each other on, but it's also going to be very, we're going to really kind of sink our teeth into the basics of the business and how to promote yourself and how to get increase sales and bookings and sponsoring and that sort of thing, and really kind of delve in. And there's going to be action points every 2 weeks, and it's up to you to do them. So I'm really trusting that you girls take this to heart and really partner with each other and rally each other and do these action points together so that it's literally moving your business forward and moving the needle forward for yourself and for your business. So with that, I just kind of want to delve right into our two main focus points for the next 2 weeks. So our first focus point is really on personal bookings and personal business. And going forward for this group in particular, I'm really going to encourage all of you to focus and set a goal on reaching 3,000 PCV every month. And that's having 4 to 6 trunk shows on the books. Sometimes more, sometimes less, depending on your personal average, but generally it's 4 to 6 trunk shows. And the reason why I would recommend 3,000 PCV is several things. You are earning free jewelry credits, you are reaching the 1,500 PCV mark, which is getting you lots of business supply credits, you're in front of a lot of people so that you can book more trunk shows in the future, and you're in front of lots of people so you can sponsor people and grow your team. So it's really a great way to kind of progress every part of your business because everything starts with the trunk show. So if you do not have 4 to 6 trunk shows on your books for August and even some for September, it's really important that you focus on that in the next 2 weeks. Make calls, book trunk shows, ask for referrals from people who may not, have their calendar open in August or may not be able to accommodate a trunk show in the next month or two. So, and if you're kind of hitting a roadblock, everybody hits a roadblock every once in a while. When that happens, it's really important that you kind of go hit the pavement and go meet people. You go shop or pretend shop and wear a statement necklace and give out mini lookbooks and book trunk shows out on the go. You can call up nail salons, hair salons, spas, wine bars, and partner with them to do a back to school event. To set up the jewelry in those types of venues, and that's a great way to meet new people and to book trunk shows as well. So definitely think outside the box and partner with each other in this group on ways to kind of get out there and meet new people when you are kind of hitting a roadblock. If you have 3 trunk shows and you kind of feel like your network's getting a little small, then go out there and hit the pavement and do that. So that's the first key aspect of the next 2 weeks, is really making sure that your personal business is where it should be and where it needs to be. And another reason why I'm asking you to hit 3,000 PCV is, as a leader, it tends to be stressful if you're like just barely hitting the minimum mark. It's just a minimum mark. It doesn't mean that that's your goal. So if you're striving for 3,000 PCV and if for whatever reason you're not hitting that, you're still at 1,500 or 2,000 or 2,500 PCV, you're still meeting your requirement and your goals as a leader, and you're still being that pace car and setting the pace for your team and showing them what it takes to really be a leader and make this into a business and not just a hobby. So that's the first thing. On that note, I kind of wanted to throw this out here. I heard this from someone at Hoopla, and I really liked this idea because I tend to get a little nervous before making some booking calls. So what I heard, and so I can't take credit for this idea, is to listen to like an energizing music video or energizing music to kind of pump yourself up and get yourself in that mindset of positivity and enthusiasm and excitement before you make booking calls. Or you can listen to a really powerful speech or motivating video or a short little clip. But it's a really great, fun trick to get yourself and your mind in that, positive mindset, and you're kind of making those phone calls like, hey, it's Erin with Still on Dot. I really want to do a trunk show with you. I'd love it. And you can really energize yourself and then energize your potential hostesses with the new jewelry and with a really exciting offer to have a trunk show. And don't forget August trunk shows. If your trunk show is $800 or more, your hostesses do get that ECOT tote, and that's a great little incentive to throw out there for your August hostesses too. So the second thing to focus on this week is the goal and the career rank of senior stylist. And I know in this group, our long-term kind of 6-month goal is to hit star stylist by the new year, but senior stylist is the first step, and then star stylist is after that. So really the first step, senior stylist level, requires 3 things to happen in any given month. So the first requirement for senior stylist is 1,000 PCV. That is your personal sales, and that's not hard. All of you have reached that PCV level, so it's 1,000 PCV. Again, you should personally be at around 3,000 PCV on most months, especially going into fall and holiday. You should really be at 3,000 PCV. So, but the requirement for senior stylist career level is 1,000 PCV. The second requirement for senior stylist career level is to have 2 qualified stylists. And as we all should know, qualification means 500 PCV. So that means that you have at least 2 people on your first line who are at 500 PCV or more. So that could mean you have 4 stylists and 2 of them are at 500 and 1 is at 200 PCV. That could mean that you have 2 stylists and both of them are rocking and rolling and they're qualifying with 500 PCV each. No matter how many people you have on your team, 2 of them on your first line need to be qualified with 500 PCV. The third requirement is, quite honestly, where a lot of people it's kind of the wall that people hit when they're trying to promote to any level, and especially senior stylists. So senior stylist level, like we said, it's 1,000 PCV and 2 qualified stylists. So if you and your team are only doing the bare minimum, 1,000 plus 500 plus 500 again, is only 2,000. And you need group volume. You need a total GCV of $4,000 to hit senior stylist. So that's kind of the tricky part of promoting the senior stylist, is that GCV requirement. So what I always say, if you're striving to hit higher GCV or PCV levels for yourself, so your personal PCV is 1,500 to 3,000, you will be covering that part of the GCV requirement. So you really don't have to rely on your team so heavily, and you don't have to rely on them increasing their trunk show load. So you're really kind of bearing that GCV and that volume on your own personal trunk show schedule. And another thing is to really tell your team and to really incentivize them and motivate them and encourage them to hit 1,500 PCV on their own. So instead of asking them or encouraging them to hit 500 PCV, you should really be having them try to hit 1,500 PCV. So if you and 2 of your girls each have 1,500 PCV, that means that total GCV would equal 4,500, and you would be hitting that requirement, easy breezy. So those are kind of the 2 focus points for the next 2 weeks. And I really want to recommend that you each reach out to one another and kind of talk to each other about how you're doing on your bookings and where you are and that sort of thing. So if you don't have 4 to 6 trunk shows on your books, which I'm guilty, I don't have that on my books either. I only have 3. So you definitely should be getting on the phone, just like I should be getting on the phone and booking some extra trunk shows and really looking at your team and your personal business going forward in the next 6 months and looking at how you can possibly get to senior stylist level. So I really look forward to chatting with you all very soon, and good luck booking trunk shows.